exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Cougars here on Madden 22. That's right, the Relocation franchise is back again here in the December months. Well, in the game, we're not technically in December yet, but it is December in real life. It is the third day of Juicemas. I've been uploading a ton of Cougars franchise. I hope you guys aren't getting a little bit annoyed with it, but I've been uploading a ton of Cougars franchise just because I'm trying to get to the end of the season, so we're trying to get through these games pretty quickly. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful Christmas holiday. I know it's not there yet. We're still about 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out until Christmas, but I hope you guys are having a great time anyway, because it's the spirit of the holiday. It's not just about the presents. It's not just about the stuff you get. It's about the time you spend with your family. So I hope you guys are having a great December holiday with your family and loved ones. With all that being said, let's get into the video because it's going to be an intense one. This is probably the most intense episode we've had to date because we're going up against the Tennessee Titans, who are 6-6. We are 5-5 after blowing out the Falcons in the last episode. We need to win to stay in the division. If we lose this game, it's basically done. We're not going to make the playoffs. We're not going to do anything. So we got to win. Can we do it? I sure hope so, or I'm going to cry. Let's get into the video. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. We'd love to have you. Let's do this thing. All right, so I kind of left you on a little bit of a cliffhanger at the end of last episode. We do have a breakout player scenario, and the two players that I mentioned were Tajay Chamberlain and Trey Lance. Those are the two guys that I pick to be the potential person to receive this development upgrade possibility because they both had the best games best games last week against the Falcons. Chase Young also had 2 sacks, so it could be Chase Young, but without further ado, I think we don't need to waste any more time. Let's find out who it is. I really appreciate you involving me in the game plan. It gets boring out there running routes. Ooh, it's a wide receiver. Is it Tajay? It's Tajay Chamberlain. Get Tajay Chamberlain 3 touchdowns, 3+ touchdowns, or 150+ yards rushing and receiving. Ooh, this is big. This is big, ladies and gentlemen, because Tajay Chamberlain is currently a star development player. And if he gets 3+ touchdowns / 150 yards receiving, he'll be a superstar development player. That'll be our third player of superstar or higher development. We obviously have Terry McLaurin and Jamar Chase at the receiving core. So if we could add Tajay Chamberlain to that mix. Now, it does kind of suck that it's not Trey Lance, but I mean, getting another wide receiver of superstar or higher development is clutch. So that's going to be big. We're definitely going to have to keep that in the top of our mind for this game. So we're not going to focus on Ryan Tannehill for this game. We are obviously going to stop or try and stop Derrick Henry. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but we are going to try and do it. As for our game plan, I like the throw it short game plan. I think it's the best one that works for us, at least at the start of the games. So we're going to do that. And we're going to pass for 2 touchdowns. I like that. And I like all these guys in here with the development traits, or with the focus players still. Zaire Reed, our new young undrafted free agent rookie pass rusher, got an upgrade point last week. And now he continues to grow. So hopefully he will stay on that track to grow, and hopefully he can get to like a 68, 69 by the end of the season. That would be awesome. So after the training, the offense is healthy, and the defense is also healthy. 3 straight weeks, I'm pretty sure, maybe even 4 straight weeks of a clean bill of health in training. That's always what you want to see. Alex Benson gets an upgrade, one of our original rookies that we drafted. He will be a let's give him a pass coverage, right? Is that what I give him? Yeah, pass coverage upgrade point. He's still normal development, which kind of sucks, but he kind of got pushed down the totem pole a little bit with the other players that we've gotten. And some scouting players here. Let's go. We focused a little bit on the defensive side of things last episode with the corners. There was no good corners in this draft. So let's work it. We don't really need linebackers, I don't think. We can scout a couple linebackers, I guess, just to see if there's anybody worth getting. Doesn't look like it, really. We can focus probably the most on D-tackle, because I think we still need to get 1 or 2 new D-tackles. And it doesn't look like there's really anybody that great at D-tackle except for Rashawn Bingham, but we don't have a first-round pick to get Rashawn Bingham, so we might be out of luck there unless we trade up to get it, but that's going to be tough to do too. So last thing to do before we jump into the game against the Titans is do the talent tree. Now, we have Sean McVay pretty upgraded. We could focus a little bit on this, but that's 20 points. I don't know if I want to spend that necessarily right there. If there could be something else to upgrade, like the pursuit of linebackers, maybe we focus on this one. Everyone's got a price, 2% trade discount for CPU players. That could be interesting. Or 2% trade value increase for user players. That could also be interesting. I think I'm going to focus on that one, and I'm going to get this one as well. So we get both of them. Now we have a 2% trade value for both our players and for other players, a discount on them. So that's good. Always love to see that. That'll make it a little bit easier for, just a tiny bit easier for trades. But with all that being done, we did staff, we did scout players, we checked out the development trait possibility, and we did upgrades, weekly training. So it's time to get in this game. We've done enough stalling. We've done enough avoiding this game. It's time to play the Titans. Time to play Derrick Henry. Can we stop him? I sure hope so. Because like I said in the intro, I might cry if we don't. So join me in crying or join me in celebration. Whatever happens, it's going to be ugly. Smash that like button if you're excited. Hit that notification bell and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. We'd love to have you. Let's go play the Titans in Nashville. See what happens.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC South. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Titans, and it comes your way next.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Chicago Cougars football here in Nashville against the Titans. If you guys paid attention during the intro of this game, the Titans are on a 2-game losing streak. We are on a 1-game winning streak currently. Tannehill not doing anything too great, but that's because they have Derrick Henry, who's got over 1,000 yards already this season. Well, not already. I mean, we're almost halfway through the season at this point. But he is our main focus. We don't have to worry really about Ryan Tannehill. We're going to basically force Ryan Tannehill to beat us, and I don't think he can because Chase Young gets their first play. It's a sack. A sack from the Predator, and he's got his eyes set on the quarterback. The Predator is hunting in Nashville. 2nd down and 24. Like I said, we are going to be selling out to stop the run, and we didn't do a very good job on the first play when they run the football. That is not good. They get most of that sack yardage back. We are definitely selling out to stop this run, because we're going to force Ryan Tannehill to beat us. If we lose because Ryan Tannehill had like 400 yards passing and 6 touchdowns, then we lose because of that. But I don't want to lose because Derrick Henry ran for like 160 yards and 3 touchdowns. I don't want that to be the reason we lost, because then it's just we're not that great of a team. I'm going to call a fair catch on this because Devontae Smith's going to get smacked if he doesn't. And we held him to a 3-and-out. That was a huge sack by Chase Young in the first play of the game. And Trey Lance comes out on the field, had a monster day, over 500 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Falcons. They were a 1-win football team, so there is that little asterisk. But I'll take it, man. We got to remember, we can't forget, we got to get Tajay Chamberlain 3 touchdowns and 150-plus yards receiving/rushing. So I think the 3 touchdowns is going to be the easier one to do because we can just like run slants and throw it to him at the goal line. But I mean, we'll throw it to him a couple times, see what happens as Kevin Byard is able to, along with some other players, wrap up Raheem Mostert. And we're moving the ball pretty well against this Titans team. They don't seem like that great of a team. I know they're 6-4, but I don't think that this team is all that great. They're pretty good. I think we're better. We just got to prove it here. Somebody make a move. Zach Ertz, thank God you did something there. Zach Ertz has actually been low-key kind of a clutch pickup. Like, it may not seem like that because of the stats that he has, but when I throw to him, he has more than likely caught the ball and been very productive. As Damian Harris only, I think, had 1 carry in the last game, and it was a touchdown, so that's cool. 3rd down and 2. Peterson and Devontae Smith are out there. I'm going to roll to the right. I've got Devontae Smith wide open. There's number 1 for Trey Lance today. So in 2 games, Trey Lance has 5 passing touchdowns, one of his best stretches in his career. Definitely best stretches as a Cougar. And we're starting to cook a little bit here. We're finding our groove. We needed that get-right game against the Falcons. And now, going up against better competition in the Titans, clearly better competition than the Falcons were, we look pretty good. I know this is early. We're only about 2.5 minutes into the game. Maybe 3 minutes into the game. But, I mean, you gotta be excited when things happen like that. So, the next drive for the Tennessee Titans, and Derrick Henry is going to break free, and this is exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Jeff Sewell, he's fast but not fast enough, and Derrick Henry gonna break it off for 1-play touchdown. See, this is exactly the kind of stuff I didn't want to have happen. He got lucky. Let's go back. We gotta go back and watch this. He got lucky because all of this confusion in the middle here on the left side. He just got, like, everybody just got bundled up, and Chase Young got stopped, and it was a whole mess. Like, you can see, who is that? Is that Trev Favors just diving? It is Trev Favors. It was just a whole mess of things happening, and then I get blocked there with Justin Reed, and it was just, nobody was catching him, especially since, who is that? Pat Surtain. Since Pat Surtain could not wrap up there was no catching him ever. So that blows. Yeah, that's just Madden being Madden. There was too much congestion on that left side of the line. He was able to find a lane and get in there. So a 1-play 75-yard drive, and that's exactly the kind of thing that I didn't want to have happen with Derrick Henry. And it exactly happened. So we are going to have to figure this out, whether it be in-game adjustments or halftime adjustments or something. We're going to have to do a lot to stop Derrick Henry. He's going to be a menace. Tajay Chamberlain's out there, but he's not running a potentially dangerous route. I guess it could turn into something. I'm going to give him the shot. There it is. That's a decent throw from Trey Lance. You love to see those kind of throws. And now, ooh, this is a little bit of an end around for Chamberlain. It takes a long time to develop. And I'm just going to take off and run with Trey. Be faster, Trey Lance. Get out of bounds. Don't risk a fumble, nothing like that. I'm glad. See, this is the kind of stuff that we couldn't do with Davis Mills. Not to say Davis Mills is a bad quarterback, but Trey Lance just gives us that added layer of threat that the defense has to watch out for. As we're going to dump this down to Brevin Jordan and the new number 19, because Matthew Judon comes in and wears number 9, so the new number 19 out there. I almost got confused of who that was for a second. Tajay's wide open. Gonna give it to him in stride. He can't break the tackle, but he is gonna get up to the 7. We're moving the ball against the secondary. I'm very excited at how we are moving this football. Chamberlain is not out there. Tajay is tired, so we will hit Jamar Chase here. Big time touchdown, nobody around him. 2 touchdowns on the day for Trey Lance. He's got to be getting close to an upgrade. He really needs one. I could really do with a superstar X Factor quarterback back there. That would be so helpful. I guess we just got to keep racking up the stats. Keep racking up them big touchdown games and big yardage games, and then eventually it'll happen. But we add to our lead now. Well, we get our lead back. 14-7. Now let's not have Derrick Henry break off a 75-yard one-play drive. Let's just not do that. I would prefer that not happen. I don't know about you guys, but I would prefer that doesn't happen. And they're going to give it to him again. He's going to get stuffed and brought down by Chase Young. Glad to see that J.J. Watt is back for this game. If you guys remember from the last episode, he made a big tackle early in the game against the Falcons, and he bruised his sternum on the tackle and was out for the rest of the game. But he seems to be back for this one. And that's going to be A.J. Brown with the catch and brought down at the 34. 3rd and 1. We are selling out for the run. We are pinching. We are blitzing. We are pinching. We are going all in, and they're going to pass. That was not what I intended to have happen. Big hit from Justin Reed. I was really banking on a run there with Derrick Henry. How do you not run on 3rd and 1 with Derrick Henry? How do you not run that ball? But it worked. I mean, it's not like they didn't get it completed. I thought for sure they would run that. And Chase Young gonna not wrap up on the legs. You'd think anybody, if anybody could bring down Derrick Henry by the legs, it would be Chase Young, but he just breaks right off. That's gonna be the end of first quarter in Tennessee. 14-7 Cougars lead. Hopefully this goes a little bit better this time. And they're going to give Derrick Henry another shot at it. He's going to fight through. I don't know how he got through that gap, but he does. And it's 3rd and 2. It is 32. Or 3rd and 2, not 32. And they're going to run it again, but they ran to the outside. Just wrap him up. Just wrap him up, please. Somebody. Logan Wilson goes down with an injury. They ran to the outside, which is the one thing I did not plan for. And now Derrick Henry's got his X Factor lit up. That is not what you want, because I think he has Freight Train or maybe Wrecking Ball. He has something. And that's going to be Kyle Fuller not getting there in time. He's playing too soft to coverage. Logan Wilson will come back in here after an abdominal strain. We definitely need you. Why is Chase Young playing so deep in there? Is he in coverage? Chase Young's not in coverage. Get back in here. What are you doing? They're going to give it to Derrick Henry, and he's going to get brought down. Luckily, he got stopped because that X Factor is scaring me. And after 7 carries, it's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Derrick Henry already has 122 yards in the first half against us. Now, most of those yards are on one play, but the exact scenario, thank God he couldn't catch that. The exact scenario that I didn't want to have happen is happening. Please do something, interior defensive line. It's going to be knocked incomplete. Why is nobody looking at the ball? Everybody's just turned around, not looking at the quarterback. We got to be better on defense, boys. We talk about this every single week. Our defense is our Achilles heel, and it shouldn't be. We have a really good defense. I don't know why. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the plays that I'm calling. I mean, I am a D-line user. Maybe that doesn't help. Obviously it doesn't help because nobody plays D-line. I'm the only one who plays D-line. But I don't know. Our defense just needs to be better. It's not getting the job done. So Tajay Chamberlain has a couple catches, but he has not been out there when we've gotten close to the goal line. We've had 2 opportunities, and he has not been out there. So he needs to be either in the end zone on this drive or just get a couple more yards. There's a good one. That could have been a better catch. Could have been a better catch and run. Didn't really work for him. I'm going to send him on the same play. Hopefully this gets open again. They covered it this time, and I'm just going to throw it away. They covered it that time. They were playing it. I should have flipped it to the other side. That would have been the smart thing to do. Alright, we're going to run a flood play. Chamberlain's out, so we can focus on somebody else. Let's Harold Landry, man. I pressed square, but I guess I didn't press it hard enough, or I don't know. I pressed square, but it didn't work, and we get sacked. 3rd and 22. You know what happens on the channel? We don't punt, so this is a big down to either get the first completely or get some yardage. That's picked off, but it's out of bounds. Cesar Ruiz is injured, so 4th and 22. We have to go for, well, we don't have to go for this, but we will go for this because I'm a psycho person. And I'm going to trust Tajay. Incomplete, and we're going to lose this game. We're going to lose this game because of stupid stuff. That's not even that bad. I mean, I should have punted it, but we don't punt the football on this channel, so I can't punt it. Let's see what happens here. We lose all of our momentum. We lose our advantage. And, God, Derrick Henry, he's just too quick. I hate playing against Derrick Henry, man. He's just the best. He's just the best. 2nd down and 7. Tannehill will get that, and Pat Surtain will knock that incomplete. Great diving play, swatting that, and that's why we pay you. Well, we don't pay you the big bucks, but you will get paid the big bucks when your contract's ready. And Tannehill's going to have time, but he can't turn up the field. He was too close to the sidelines. That is a 4th down, and they're going to go for it. I respect it. I respect it. But we are also pinching everything and getting ready. We are selling out for the run. It's going to be a run. Derrick Henry, no! He stiff-armed us. I had the guy there. I couldn't turn into him. It wouldn't let me user him. I had the guy there. He got set away like he was a child, and I missed the tackle with Chase Young. Everything that's going wrong for me could go wrong right now. As the 2-minute warning comes, we got stiff-armed out of our shoes by Derrick Henry there, which is what he does. I mean, you can't necessarily be mad at it. That's what Derrick Henry does. 2nd down and goal. It is a tie game, but it's about to be a 1-score deficit for us. J.J. Watt. I thought that was going to be Logan Wilson, but it's J.J. Watt who saves it. And now at the goal line. Get there. J.J. fell over. J.J. Watt fell over on the play. I don't know what happened here. Let's go back and watch it. J.J. Watt falls over. He has a clear spot at taking down Derrick Henry. Look at this. It's a clear stop. But he trips over Devon Hamilton's legs, I think. Is that Devon Hamilton? It is. Oh, that's so annoying. So annoying. So after that BS of a score, we're down by a touchdown. Okay. We got 1:42 on the clock in the half. I think we should be good to go. As long as we keep playing our brand of football, get Tajay Chamberlain the ball, because he still needs 150 plus yards, receiving / 3 touchdowns, either one. I think we can do this. It depends on where Chamberlain lines up. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. Get it to him. All right. So we just got to keep feeding the ball to Tajay Chamberlain. It's just going to start to rack up. And that's a bad sack. That's my fault. That's a bad one. That's frustrating. I should not have taken that sack. I stepped up in the pocket too much. All right, roll out of the pocket. Fire it right there to Tajay. I might have had somebody there, but Elijah Tucker goes down with an injury and uses one of our timeouts. Elijah, you can't go down under 2 minutes in the NFL. You can't go injured. 4th and 3. We got to go for this. Zach Ertz is open, and he dropped it, and he gets picked off, man. You serious? It gets picked off. Man, that's not even Trey Lance's fault. It's just the bad animation that he got. That's so frustrating. That's really frustrating. Because now more than likely, Titans are going to go up 2 scores before halftime in a game that's super close and that's winnable. That's so annoying. That should not have ever been picked off. That shouldn't have been even dropped. Zach Ertz should have been able to hold on to that football. I don't know why he dropped it. That stupid animation, that's why. I don't think we're going to be able to goal line stand this offense with Derrick Henry. I mean, we'll try. We're going to pinch everybody. We're going to blitz everybody. We'll try something. We'll commit to stopping Derrick Henry. We'll get in there. And J.J. Watt, I mean, that's just... what do we do about that? What do we do about that? That's just unstoppable. I had 2 guys that broke the defensive line, and they just got bowled over by Derrick Henry. And now they're up by 2 scores just like that. In under 2 minutes, the Titans go from being tied with us at 14 to being up by 2 touchdowns. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. If we could somehow manage to get a field goal out of this, I would feel a little bit better because I think we get the ball to start the second half. So if we could somehow manage a field goal, I'm not sure that we can, though. That's the thing. I'm going to feed that to Terry. That was a very bad throw. Very risky. Should not have even attempted it. But I did because I'm a psycho. I'm going to send Tajay deep. And we're going to find out what happens. If I could actually have some time to think. I wish I had another timeout. I think I had Zach Ertz there, but you know how Trey Lance is with his accuracy on the run. It might have been there. I didn't want to risk it, though. All right, we got to send Terry deep. He's our best receiver. I mean, if he gives us a chance, he gives us a chance. Out of everybody, Terry's got the best opportunity to bring this down, and we're going to give him a shot at it. He did! Terry McLaurin! Terry McLaurin just gave us a shot to get back within a touchdown. Wow, Terry. That was clutch. That was so clutch. It's got to be a quick throw, and it's Jamar Chase wide open. Touchdown. We are back in this game. What a crazy end of the half. What a crazy end of the half, man. Terry McLaurin, I just gave a one-on-one ball opportunity. He's our superstar X-Factor wide receiver. He needs to come down with those, and he did. It worked out for me. So we are now down. Man, just think if I didn't throw that interception, what would have happened? The difference in score. That's so frustrating. It would be 21-21 right now. Ugh. I didn't even kick that very hard, and that still went out the end zone. There must be crazy wind in this game. All right, they're just going to kneel in victory form, not victory formation, but just kneel down to end the half. We're down by a touchdown. That's much better than being down 2 touchdowns, if you don't know. So I think we get the ball. We are going to continue to throw the short game, and we are going to continue to stuff the inside run of Derrick Henry, because that seems to be what he's doing. All right, we're getting the ball. We got to get our game faces on, boys. Get our game faces on. You ready? I'm ready. Tajay Chamberlain. We still need to make sure that he's getting his yards because we've scored 3 times and he has none of them. So we need to make sure that he's getting his yards. I guess we could do a little bit of a checkup. We have 220 total yards. We could do a little bit of a checkup and see how many he has. I'm going to have to throw. That's a bad pass. That's a pick. I'm so mad at myself right now. You don't even understand it's going to be a pick 6 because nobody can tackle. I am so mad at myself right now, you don't even understand. Why did I'm forcing it to Tajay too much, and it cost me there. I should not have even attempted that throw. I threw across my body on the run with Trey Lance, which is never what you want to do. And I do realize that the Titans have changed uniforms in this game. I know you're probably asking me, Juice, what just happened? Like, why did the Titans change uniforms? It's because I had to stop the recording for a second, and then when I loaded back into the game, they just gave them their default uniforms. So that's why. There's no like edit. It's the same day. Like, I'm still recording this the same day. I just had to pause the recording for a second, and I had to quit the game And when I loaded back in, this is the uniforms that they gave me. So, and that's a holding call. You gotta be kidding me. I get a great run, and it's coming back on a holding, man. Ah, you cannot give me a holding. Bradley Bozeman, man, the center?
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
Unbelievable. I can't even get a hold. I can't even get a run because they're gonna call it back on a hold. Luckily, Raheem Mostert gets basically all those yards back and more. They are giving me a very favorable run defense. I'm going to throw across my body again, which is something I just said not to do, but it's going to be Terry McLaurin. I only threw that one because I knew Terry was wide open. I wouldn't have thrown it if he had somebody trailing him. All right, we got to hope and pray that Tajay Chamberlain is getting 150-plus yards. We need another receiver that has superstar development. So I'm going to force him this ball, and he's going to catch it, but out of bounds. I was going to possession catch that. Let's just do a quick stat check and see where he's at. I was going to possession catch that, but I thought it might have gotten picked. He's at 5 catches, 64 yards. So he needs to step it up or get 3 touchdowns, which is probably, the way this game is going, probably not going to happen. He's not out there. All right. It's not looking good for... what's his face? Oh, but Terry's having a great day. Terry McLaurin. If I would have put a little bit more air on that, that's an easy touchdown. I didn't put enough air on it. Is Tajay going to be out there? Let's make sure that he's out there. Can I get Tajay out there? All right, let's make sure that he's going to be out there on the play. So he is not. Of course. I pick him. He's still tired, apparently. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's give it to somebody else. Let's find Trey Lance, just run it. Doesn't matter, score the touchdown. I don't care how it happens, I just care that it happens. Terry McLaurin's having a great day, by the way. He's killing it. And that's going to be a missed extra point. That's not at all Kaimi Fairbairn's fault. That is 100% on me, which makes it even more frustrating. Why do I suck at extra points? I need to have somebody with focus kicker, or I just can't kick extra points and field goals. I don't know what it is about my timing between pressing the X button and getting the accuracy right. It's just not there. It's not existent. Yes, we know that Derrick Henry has 148 yards in the first half. Well, this is the first drive of the game for them for the first half, or for the second half. So, I mean, I don't know what the commentators are talking about. That just tells you how stupid the commentators are in this game. He literally hasn't gotten a possession yet in this drive, and they're talking about how it was they thought it was a misprint, or it was a flash in the pan that he had 148 yards. He hasn't carried the ball yet. 3rd and 3. Get in there. Get in there. Rust Hellfair, baby! Rust Hellfair! 4th and 2. Pump me the ball back. 3 and out. Let's score again. Let's score again and get this going. We're going to call this a fair catch because I don't trust my blockers. All right. I feel bad that we're not getting the ball to Raheem Mostert very much, but I'm trying to get that development trait. And sometimes it's costing me, sometimes it's working. Tajay gets the ball there. That's a big catch. What else do we do here? We go slants. We go slants here. We throw it quickly to Tajay. Did not know that he was going to be like that. I thought I had more time there. Terry's got double me activated, which is very useful for these deep situations, but Terry's not the guy we're trying to focus on, even though he's having a great day. Terry's not the guy that we're trying to get a development trait on. He already had his day. We already got him his X Factor. And Terry lost his development anyway. Or he lost, not his development, he lost his X Factor. Gotta hit Terry. Gotta hit Terry. He was wide open. I might have had Tajay, but it was 3rd down. I didn't want to risk that. All right, slant Chamberlain. And let's see what happens. He beat his man. Can he get this catch? He can, and he holds on. Beautiful, Tajay. Beautiful. All right, we're going to do this route again. We're going to send Terry on the same route. Then we're going to send Tajay on the same route. And we're going to see if it works again. If Terry's there, we'll hit him. He's there. I have to hit it. Ah, that's just Trey Lance. That's nothing about Terry McLaurin. Or, yeah, Terry McLaurin. That's just Trey Lance being inaccurate. All right, let's run the ball one time with Damian Harris to see if we can get something going. I cut back inside, but the hole was there, and then it was gone really quickly. Peterson is pressed. Devontae's going to a out route, and Devontae could be there. Devontae's there. Pull it back, Devontae. Big catch. Big catch. This is also helping Trey Lance, by the way, possibly get his own development trait. So this could help him if he keeps having big 400, 500 yard plus games with a couple big touchdowns. Then could help him maybe get to Superstar X Factor or have the option to get to Superstar X Factor, which is something that I want. Of course, Tajay Chamberlain's out again for this play. So we're going to go to Kelvin Benjamin. Should not have went there, but I did, and Kelvin Benjamin catches it. That was risky. All right, we've got to obviously go for this. I think I'm going to keep Zach. This has got to be a Jamar Chase catch, right? Yeah, it had to be. And we tie this game. That was a big two-point conversion, by the way. Big two-point conversion. All right, it worked. That was Kelvin Benjamin's first catch of the year, too. I didn't realize that, and he got a touchdown on it. I should not have thrown it to him. That was a very risky throw, but it worked. And that's all that really matters. Okay, we stopped him on a 3-and-out on the last drive. We can do it again. We've proven we can do it. Stop him. Stop him. Don't let him break free. Don't let him break free. Thank God he stepped out of bounds. Marcus May completely whiffed on the tackle. Thank God he stepped out of bounds. That would have been bad. That's the end of the third quarter. A.J. Brown just completely embarrassed us on that one. Forget the 3-and-out. We got to hold for a field goal now. They're going to give this to Derrick Henry. They're going to play action it. I'm going to bring Cousins around the long way. And Kalen Cousins forces the fumble. Chase Young got it. Kalen Cousins just forced the fumble. Wow. We got to go back and watch this. We got to go back and watch this. Kalen Cousins forces the fumble. I had to bring him around the world on this one. It was so deep. Such a deep route to run. And Kalen Cousins, if I can find him, there he is. Kalen Cousins gets around the left guard, I'm assuming. Yes. No, he's the center. Wait, where's he playing? Who's 66? He's the left guard. That's what I thought. He did a journey there. He went around, he gets by, forces the fumble, the strip sack from Kalen Cousins, who's becoming a big piece to this puzzle, and Chase Young's there to recover it. Unbelievably lucky. Unbelievably lucky. Give this to Raheem Mostert. He's going to break a tackle and get up a couple extra yards on that. That's perfect. Let's do a little bit of a stat check. I can't do that just now. Or I can probably, but all right. Let's do a little bit of a stat check. Game stats, player stats, receiving, that's blocking, receiving, 8 catches, 105 yards, no touchdowns. So the touchdowns thing is out of the question. We don't have enough time, and we're not going to be able to score 3 touchdowns with one player. So we need to get Tajay back out there because he needs 150 plus, and that's going to be a sack. We got to capitalize on this. We cannot allow them to stop us when we've been gifted a fumble. Nothing has gone right for us in this game except for this fumble, and I'm trusting Terry McLaurin. What did I just see? That is the definition of you got mossed. What did I just watch? Oh my, I am speechless. I did not believe in this ball at all. And Terry McLaurin, our stud #1 receiver, mossed Kevin Byard one-on-one with one hand. Look at how he served it up. He serves it up on a silver platter. Catches it one-handed and then keeps it out of possession of Kevin Byard. The strength to hold on to the football as they go to the ground. This is a top 10 play of all time. Like, it's just what it is. It is a top 10 play. It is definitely the greatest catch in this series' history. We've had some pretty crazy catches. That Jerry Jeudy catch where he got it one-handed over the guy, that was a crazy catch a couple of seasons ago. But this one is the greatest catch in Cougars history. It doesn't get better than that. I mean, are you kidding me, Terry? Take a bow. I mean, all I can say is just bow down to Terry McLaurin. He might have just saved our game and our season, to be fair. That's not even an over-exaggeration. He may have just saved our season with the catch of the year, the catch of the century. My God, if J.R. Ross was here, if Jim Ross was here, he'd be saying, "By God, he caught it!" Because that catch is Hall of Fame worthy. I'm not over-exaggerating. This catch is Hall of Fame worthy by Terry McLaurin. Get him a gold jacket already. He mossed Kevin Byard. Put him on a poster. Dick Vidal. Put him on a poster! Because this catch is unreal. I'm still in shock, and I'm still watching it because it shouldn't exist. This catch should never have happened, but Terry McLaurin does it. I thought it was pick. That's why I wasn't really commentating, because I was kind of upset that I just threw a pick and probably cost us the game. But Terry McLaurin catches that football, man. I am in complete and utter shock. And Tajay Chamberlain's still not out on the field, as Raheem Mostert's going to get the ball again, take it up to the 15-yard line. Can we get some Devontae Smith action? Or not Devontae Smith action. Can we get some Tajay Chamberlain action? Did he get hurt? I didn't notice. I would prefer to have my guy that I'm trying to get the actual thing out there on the field. 390 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's still not out there. I don't think we're going to get this with Tajay. That's just plain and simple. I'm going to feed this to Raheem Mostert. He's not going to get there at the 1. I might have been able to run it in. I thought for a second he would get it, so I threw it. And he's not out there again. They are really just cucking me with this, having him not out there. We're going to run this in with Trey Lance. Trey Lance having a great day. Absolutely great day. He does have 2 interceptions, but they've been kind of bogus. And I didn't miss the extra point, actually. Maybe if we somehow get the ball back, Tajay Chamberlain will be back on the field. I don't know if he was just tired, the fatigue was getting to him, or what. Because we have used him pretty heavily. But he still is 40 or so yards away from getting that development trait. And I really want him to have superstar development. All right, boys. We forced a fumble with the strip sack last possession. We have the lead back. They're going to run it. We know what they're going to do, and we can't stop it because can't tackle. And I got stiff-armed out of my boots, and we still didn't tackle him. And 184 yards we've allowed against Derrick Henry. And our game plan was to stop the Derrick Henry run. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. He's just a different animal. It's so hard to play against him. If they're going to score, I would prefer them to do it quickly so we have as much time as possible. They're going to give it to him again. He's going to break 1 tackle like always. We always have to assume he's going to break a tackle, so we need to always have somebody extra, a secondary guy there to protect for the break tackle, because it's always going to happen. We're going to pinch the line. They're going to pass. That's why I didn't blitz the linebackers, and he caught it in the first down. Why were we playing so safe? Was I in a zone? I thought I was in a man coverage there. But he got the first down. Matt Judon can't get any pressure. They're going to give it to A.J. Brown, who's quietly had a really big day. He has most of the 126 yards that Ryan Tannehill has thrown. And they get another first down. It looks like they're immediately going to score. Well, not immediately, but they're guaranteed to score because you know how hard it is to stop the CPU on all Madden when they want to score. Tannehill hasn't even had that bad of a day. We just haven't been able to stop Derrick Henry. That's been the question. Snap it, empty pockets. It's going to be a quick throw and a catch by the tight end. Big hit, but he broke it. Surtain brings him down. All right, so they're going to score. It's just a matter of how much time will be left on the clock at this point. I'm hoping enough time for us to run it down and score. Maybe even get a field goal. I'll take a field goal win. J.J. Watt break. J.J. got there, and he breaks the hit stick. Derrick Henry is not human. J.J. Who breaks a J.J. Watt hit stick? Nobody. Nobody breaks a J.J. Watt hit stick. So we have exactly 2 minutes. The 2-minute warning's already gone. And we have 3 timeouts. And we've proven that we can move the ball. We've scored 42 points. So at worst, it's going to go to overtime, and we have to play for overtime. But I'm playing for a field goal. That's what I'm playing for a touchdown. But at worst comes to worst, we go to a field goal, and that's what happens. Is Tajay Chamberlain back on the field? Because I would prefer him to be. He's not out there again. I don't know what's going on with him. Is the fatigue glitch working in this game? Because it seems like it. Oh, he was so open too. He was so open. It's showing me Devontae Smith. Hold on, let me check the coaching just so I can make sure. He's still in the game. He's not hurt, I don't think. Yeah, he doesn't have an injury thing by him. He's the number 2 player. Maybe I need to move him to the slot. Take Jamar Chase out and move Tajay to the slot. Maybe that'll work. Because if I check the medical center, we have no injured players.
He's going to have a first down.
So let's find out what happens here. Maybe that'll work. It looks like Matt Peterson's in, Devontae Smith is in. I think the fatigue glitch is getting him, which kind of sucks.
Steps away to his left.
No, I threw it, no! And he picked it off!
Intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
I can't believe I just did that.
So they elect to decline it. And why not?
I can't believe I just sold the game. I did it. I sold the game. I can't blame anything. Oh my, and they're gonna score. We'd have to let them score so we can have time to come back and have another drive. I cannot believe that I just did that. It was a bad throw, but I should never have thrown it. I thought I had more space than that between me and the line of scrimmage. I clearly didn't, and they're gonna play for a field goal, it looks like, to win this. They're gonna win on a field goal. There's no way. We have to get a massive stop here. Chase Young. Oh, the fumble would have been nice. A fumble would have been nice. All right, we have to sell out for the run here. They're gonna call a timeout with the running clock. They're playing for a field goal, which is smart. It's what I would have done. It's what I was trying to do. But we are gonna pinch everything. Blitz the linebackers. Don't let him get that first down. And we got the first down. And he got out of bounds too. Derrick Henry, man. 214 yards. 4 touchdowns. We just got absolutely babied. We were like a little child. And Derrick Henry just said, "Boo, boo, boo, gaga. It doesn't matter. You're just a little baby." Because Pat Surtain had no chance on that one. I mean, at this point, we're just wasting time for ourselves. Because they're going to score. It's almost unstoppable trying to stop Derrick Henry. It's literally impossible to stop him. We're never going to get that lucky again to cause a fumble. And Derrick Henry's in. Is he not in? They didn't call that? He's at the 1? What's going to happen here? The clock is going to go. I'm going to call a timeout here and ice him. I mean, I don't know if the icing is going to work. But I'm selling out. Give me some full blitzes. Do I have any full blitzes? Give me some man blitzes. Give me some engage 8. I am selling out for this. It's iced. They're at the 1 yard line. Well, the ball is snapped at the 1. It's up and it's right down the middle. There was no stopping that. I can't believe that I personally sold this game. We had an opportunity to win, and I sold it. We have 1 second to try and get a touchdown here, and they're going to play so deep. You got to go to Terry. I mean, and Tajay's not even out there, so I'm not getting that. Got to give it to Terry. See what happens. There's a flag. Play can't end on a flag. What's the flag? First and 10 from the 20. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're going to overtime. We're going to overtime. This is the craziest game I've ever played. Heads. Cougars have won the toss. Receive. This is my game. It's meant to be. I can't believe I was just blessed. Thank you, baby Jesus. I appreciate everything you've ever done. Touchdown. We need it. We need a touchdown to win this game. I didn't even notice, but Devontae Smith is out on kick returns too, so Tajay Chamberlain's completely just vanished from the lineup. I don't know what happened. I think it's that fatigue glitch. I've been seeing it around. I thought it was patched, but I almost guarantee you that it's the fatigue glitch. And that's a great block from the wide receivers. Raheem Mostert down the sidelines to the 44. We can't let Derrick Henry touch the ball. If Derrick Henry gets this ball, it's over. We lose. That's just guaranteed. We're not going to be able to stop him. We haven't been able to stop him basically all game with a few exceptions. And Zach Ertz is wide open. That's a big catch. He's out of bounds. Doesn't matter about out of bounds. Another 400-plus yard day for Trey Lance, who's having a great couple game stretch here. We are in field goal range. We don't want a field goal because then Derrick Henry in the offense gets a chance. So Raheem Mostert got stuffed by whoever that was. Is that I don't know who 54 is. Second down and 10. I gotta focus. There might not be a lot of commentary because I'm trying to focus. Raheem, good catch. Good catch, Raheem. That was a very bad decision, but it worked. All right, I'm sending Terry on an out. That's probably pretty risky, but I'm also sending Devontae on an in. It's not risky because Terry's a legend. Terry McLaurin is a freaking legend. From the 2. We're sending Terry in. We're sending Terry in. This could be Terry's game. Nope, it's Zach Ertz's game. It's Zach Ertz's freaking game! We weren't in? That's not a touchdown? Okay, run it back. Run it back. In route. Devontae. Out route. Raheem. Out left. They're bringing pressure. It's Raheem Mostert's game. We just won the freaking game! I gotta be quiet, but I'm excited. You don't understand how hype I am right now.
We're going to have a timeout called here by the offense as they'll get together on the sideline and talk this one over.
Yes! I can't even begin to process what just happened in this game. All right, we're back. I think my excitement just cut off my camera. We're back though. I can't even begin to describe the feelings that I'm feeling right now. I am in complete and utter shock that we won this game. I don't understand at all how we did it, but I'm not complaining. I mean, I thought it was over the second I sold the game with that across the line throw where they got picked off anyway, so it didn't even matter. And then they go and they kick the field goal from the 1 yard line, and it's 45 to 40. What was it? 45 to 42. and then I have literally 1 second left. I just heave a ball, double coverage, Terry McLaurin, because he's the best player on the team. And defensive pass interference. The game can't end on a defensive pass interference, and we get a chance to kick the field goal, and we make it. 45-45. And then overtime, we get the ball first. And my God, this is the greatest game that I've ever played. I know I say that a couple times. I've said this a couple times in this series, but this is the greatest game I've ever played. It had excitement. It had intensity. It had disappointment. The highs and the lows were at their best. I mean, Terry McLaurin made one of the greatest catches I've ever seen in my life in this game. So it's just like mind blown. So let's get to the stats really quickly. Trey Lance had another great game. 32 yards, 32 completions, 42 attempts, 451 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks. Not the best with the picks, but 5 touchdowns. Again, that's back-to-back games with 5 touchdowns. 7 carries, 66 yards, and no touchdowns for Raheem Mostert. 2 touchdowns for Trey Lance, though. But here's the big day. 9 catches, 210 yards for Terry McLaurin. He didn't need any touchdowns because he's just that good. Now, Tajay Chamberlain got hit with the fatigue glitch is what I'm assuming. We could have had an opportunity to get him 150 yards, but he just wasn't out there. I couldn't physically put him out there. So he gets stuck with 105 yards, which sucks because he's going to stay at star development, but what can you do, man? Madden just likes to shaft me. Even when they give me good victories like this, they just continue to shaft me in other ways. So defensively, we played really well. Well, I shouldn't say that. We played good enough to win. 6 tackles for Telfair and Chase Young. A sack for Kalen Cousins, which was also the strip sack, which I couldn't believe happened in this game. A sack for Chase Young. We didn't pick off Tannehill at all, but we didn't need to because we got what happened the most, which, let's check out Derrick Henry's stats. 26 carries, 227 yards, and 4 touchdowns. One of the best running days in history, and it happened against us, and we still won. So, I mean, just absolutely crazy. 51-45. I need to take a nap because I am just exhausted emotionally, physically. That was a crazy game. All right, so we're back here with the breakout player, and it says, "What'd I tell you, coach? I said I was one of the best players on the team, and I think I proved out there to keep feeding me the ball." Tajay Chamberlain now has superstar development trait. Wait, he needed 3+ touchdowns or 150 yards receiving or rushing. He didn't get either one of those. I'll take it. I'll take it. We just got another receiver up in superstar or higher. Thank you, Madden gods. I don't know what I've done. Did I, like, enter in the wrong universe or something? Is this an alternate universe? I don't know what's going on, but we now have 3 receivers with superstar or higher. Terry McLaurin, Jamar Chase, and now that man right there, Tajay Chamberlain. We're going to give him, you know what? I'm going to give him Route Runner. Get his routes a little bit crispier. Or at least start to get his routes a little bit crispier. Superstar development. Let's go. I wish that Trey Lance would get one for Superstar X Factor. We're just going to keep going to have games where he's throwing 400 yards plus and a lot of touchdowns. But I need to take a nap. The Jaguars finally lost. They're now 10-1. This division is still up in the air. I hate to say that because I don't want to like instill false hope or anything, but the division is technically still in the air. The Jaguars have to lose the rest of their games. We have to win the rest of our games, but it is still up in the air. I'm just saying. We still have a chance, an outside shot at the wild card. So if you guys enjoy any episode of Chicago Cougars, it has to be this one. You have to hit the like button on this one. You have to subscribe to the channel after seeing what just happened in this game because I can't even fully comprehend what happened. I need to take like a day off of this game just to comprehend what happened because I'm still shocked. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I need to take a nap. I hope you guys enjoyed. Smash that like button if you did. Hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel. Join the Juice Club. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.